Good day, my name is Thee. This is Rose Call, journaling with oracle cards, Mother Mary, the Rose, Mary Magdalene. Hold on, where my candle at? Okay. Being in the energy of sovereignty, walking in your sovereignty. Yes, we are having a human experience, but we are also spirit, source, gods, goddesses, ether, energy, light, having the strength to be all of you and not just part of you. We don't always have to be love and light and meditate, and it's okay to enjoy the human part of it also, the human part of us also. Mothering yourself, being the mother to you that you've always wanted or that you never had. Nurturing your inner child, the gifts that you had when you were a child, your dreams, your ideas. Being gentle and kind and tender with yourself. Getting back to your innocence. When we were children, we were very powerful because we had yet to experience this world, chaos, trauma, hurt, pain. So when we were children, we had less limits on ourselves, on our minds, on our imaginations. And Mother Mary wants to help you embrace the truth about you, who you are, what you're here to do, what you're capable of doing. True and truth. The truth of who you are, the truth of what you're capable of. That's where your abundance lies. 8. Your infinite self. True human. I am fully human and fully divine. Christ says in Mary's Gospel, be on your guard so that no one deceives you by saying, look over here or look over there. For the child of true humanity exists within you. Mary 4:3-5. We have to do the work of remembering that we are not just this ego that often compels us to act in ways we can barely recognize. With mercy on our own humanity, we can remember that we are anthropos, which literally means fully human and fully divine in Greek. We are meant to be human. We are meant to feel all of these difficult and derailing powers. We are also fully divine. We are also a soul of love. We are also capable of bringing love to where it has never been before. We are visionaries. sources of unlimited light. We have the unique purpose and opportunity to be both a voice for the voiceless here on earth and to act as a bridge between this world and the next. The child of true humanity exists within us, each and every one of us. No one outside of us can ever awaken us to this truth. We must turn inward and let love directly be our guide. Soul Voice Meditation, Mary Magdalene. What does it feel like to remember that I am fully human and fully divine? To me, it feels like the deepest breath I could ever take. And what I mean by that is when something is going on that seems like it's out of my control or seems like it's happening to me, I just take that deep breath and I remind myself, or I ask myself, what can I take from this? What can I learn from this? And I analyze like why it's happening, the possible outcomes. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness, reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in soft petals of the rose of our own heart. A rose so inquiry. How can you tenderly tend the child within? I love this. I tend to my inner child every day. Sometimes I even ask my inner child, how do you want your hair to be? I'm an 80s baby, right? But here I am at my big grown age, sometimes still wearing beads because that's what my inner child wants. I buy a teddy bear. Anything that lights up my inner child, I partake in. Because when I was a child, I've always been afraid of the world. The world has always seemed and been too chaotic for me. Too loud, too noisy, too dense. And so every day, every chance I get, I tend and I talk to my inner child. The deepest way, and I am not condoning this, I'm not telling anybody else to do this, I'm just sharing my experience, my story. But the deepest inner child healing I have experienced was when I did a shroom trip with golden teachers. It was 5 or 7 grams, and I literally went inside of myself and I found my inner child in a self-imposed prison inside of me. And it's very interesting because when I was little, I had the same dream over and over and over again. It was me, a little child. And I remember crawling, and I crawled inside of my mother's closet. And then every time I went in the closet, I was crawling in there, and then I would just keep opening doors, and keep going in there, in each door, until it was no more doors left. And I didn't realize that was symbolism of my inner child going to hide or being imprisoned, literally. So I had to go back through all of them doors, and I found her, set her free. I hugged my inner child for hours. I cried for hours, apologizing to my inner child, reassuring my inner child she was loved, she's safe. And I played with my inner child for I don't know how long, because when you're on shrooms, when you're on a shroom trip, there's no such thing as time. But it was such a profound inner child healing for me. I would never forget that. And that was, 2021? And I have never lost sight of her since that day. I have never not acknowledged her since that day. I even sometimes ask my inner child, what do you want to eat? Do I want to eat something from my childhood? I mean, right now I'm on a cleanse, but yes, I do things like that for my inner child. Every now and then I will search out snacks from my inner child that I love. Every now and then I go into meditation to go back to my childhood neighborhood. I love connecting with my inner child. Love it. Our Lady of Truth. When you choose to be in your truth, expressing and being you, you are with me. In those moments, your voice and every action rings true like a bell, sending out waves of sound that cut through that which no longer serves you. Being in your truth empowers that which can assist and support you on your life path. Don't hold back out of fear. Be kind and true. Let me help you attain both of these spiritual goals now. Remember, being in your truth is how you are closest to me. Your world is changing, triggered by the transformation already happening within you as you grow spiritually. The change that is happening is a raising of your energetic frequency. This oracle brings you comfort and guidance, encouraging you to honor your truth and especially to be as truthful with yourself as you can possibly be. Sometimes we may hide the truth of what we feel even from ourselves because we are scared of what may come as a result of being honest. We might fear losing a relationship, a job. We might fear that another will hurt or think badly of us. Perhaps we may want to control how others perceive us instead of being honest and turning the risk of being criticized or subjected to disapproval. When Our Lady of Truth appears, we are asked to run the risk of loss and to open up, be as real and truthful with ourselves as we can be, and not be fearful of letting someone or something go. Sometimes it isn't a matter of a situation or a person being bad, but simply that they might not be good for us or us for them. Sometimes we can be surprised at how much truth turns an impossible situation around and actually bring us healing and closeness. Where perhaps we once feared it would destroy a relationship, truth can often bring it new life. This oracle brings numerous messages. Your frequency is raising. And with this, you will find that changes will happen in your physical world. Embrace them. There is also a message that although you may seem to be surprising people with unusual behavior at times, and they may say that you aren't acting like yourself, this is not something to worry about. Perhaps what they really mean is you aren't acting like the person they thought you were. This is not bad at all. You are allowed to act as the person you truly are. This is very interesting because at my job, I've been letting people have it. And like, not in a negative way or a bad way, but I just been telling it like it is, because I just got to a point where I felt like I'm the only person on my team who cares about quality over quantity. All day at work, Monday, and I work 10-hour shifts. All day at work Monday, I'm just correcting people's mistakes, correcting people's like they just doing the job halfway, and then I gotta come in there and correct it and fix it. And then I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous. So I just got to calling people out left and right. Not to get anybody in trouble, but like, we're all adults. We all have a job to do. We're all getting paid. So if you don't want to do your job, why are you here? In a team, if one person is messing up, it hinders, it affects the rest of the team. And I'm not the cleanup crew. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to just sit here, do my job and do yours by fixing your mistakes or doing something that you didn't do and you knew you were supposed to do it. Regardless of who it was, even if it was my manager, I actually had to check my manager about something. Because my manager tried to deflect and put something on me and somebody else, and we had absolutely nothing to do with it. And I called his little butt out, and he apologized. So don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be afraid to say no. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. If you don't want to go, don't go. If you don't want to hang out with somebody, be like, yo, we ain't really cool like that. Don't be afraid of you. The more you wear a mask, the more you can lose sight of who you really are. This oracle brings a message that healing is taking place within you, so you can access your own truth. I even been telling my kids certain things that they never knew. Because if we don't speak, not everybody are mind readers. Some of us are, but not everybody. And so it's a saying, closed mouths don't get fed. Don't be afraid to speak up. And if you notice by you speaking up and you putting up your boundaries that it changes something in somebody else, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just showing you the true them. For example, I met some Rastas when I was in Jamaica. And when I put up boundaries about a certain thing, they start acting funny, which just further showed me I was right to put up them boundaries, and also just brought out their true selves also. Because some people like to be around us because it benefits them, and you got to be able to catch that, to spot that, peep that, call it out. Walk in your sovereignty. Connect with your inner child. Protect your inner child. Hold your inner child. Be gentle with yourself and your inner child, but don't be afraid of your truth. You are the true human, fully divine. Operate in all of your power, not just some of it. The more you walk in your truth, speak your truth, and be who you really are, you can spot that more in others, regardless of what mask they are wearing. And it's funny too, because I was doing my hair today and I was going to put in some yarn braids, but then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna wear my hair, my real hair, and just be truly me. Like, I have locks. I have about 330 locks, and I was just gonna do like 2 little long pigtail French braids. But then I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I did one and I just felt like it wasn't me. Like, I just wanted to wear like my locks. And like, so I took it out and then I just did my own locks and my little pigtails. They're not long, but they still, it's mine. My true self, my true beauty, my natural beauty. So don't be afraid to be you in any way, shape, or form. If somebody is not for it, they're not for you. Period. It's 444. Mountain time. Healing process and affirmation. Before you, there was a large white bell created from pure light. A woman in a white robe with a crown of white roses stepped forward to strike the bell with one clean, strong stroke. Pure, powerful sound rings out, echoing through you. Intend to receive that sound for a few moments and know it is helping support you as you elevate your frequency. You don't have to understand how it happens. Through her power, it just happens. The woman closes her eyes and places her hands in prayer for a moment. She then opens her eyes and gazes directly at you. You can hide nothing from her, and you realize that she loves and supports you completely. When you are ready to close your healing process, you can say the following affirmative prayer 3 times. Mother Mary, Our Lady of Truth, let your light of truth shine within my heart. May I know and live my own truths with kindness, compassion, and courage. May each of us be supported in doing so, that we may live and let live without fear. May the light of your perfect justice shine bright for the greatest good. So be it. Mother Mary, Our Lady of Truth, let your light of truth shine within my heart. May I know and live my own truth with kindness, compassion, and courage. May each one of us be supported in doing so, that we may live and let live without fear. May the light of your perfect justice shine bright for the greatest good. So be it. Mother Mary, Our Lady of Truth, let your light of truth shine within my heart. May I know and live my own truths with kindness, compassion, and courage. May each of us be supported in doing so, that we may live and let live without fear. May the light of your perfect justice shine bright for the greatest good. So be it. Your spiritual practices should be daily, consistent. I call upon certain energies every single day. I say certain prayers every single day. I express gratitude every single day. I pray for others every single day, even if it's not a full-blown prayer. I'm covering somebody in some way, shape, or form. I help someone every day, be it a family member, a stranger, a homeless person, a random person. I'm kind to people every single day. I check my ego every single day. Why? Because that's the true me. That's just who I am in my heart. I have never been the type of person that sets out to get revenge. I have never been the person to gossip about others. I just never understood it in my heart of how people could talk about others behind their backs and then smile in their faces. I've never been a cheater. I've never done anything to intentionally cause harm or chaos or destruction or hurt or pain, disloyalty, of none of that to anybody. Do not allow this world of darkness to dim your light. Do not allow this world of impurity to make you impure. Stand in your truth, stand in your light, stand in your power. Blessings and gratitude for joining. I do hope you were able to journal, to receive your own messages, spark your creativity, your imagination, and I hope all is well. Peace.